it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand away. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, here we go on our Thursday edition. Timmy Hall here with you guys tonight. Good to be with all you fine Buckeye fans. Hope you're having a great day. The Bode man back there. Bode, you've switched to the Boston Celtics apparel as of now in a nice little Eastern Conference race with the Cleveland Cavaliers here.
Not much of a race. Cleveland's going to get the 1 seed for sure, but yeah.
Oh, it's a for sure. You're already there, huh?
I mean,
for
I know
sure,
there's a
done
lot
deal.
of games left, but man, they've been just rolling.
They are good,
They
right?
got to have a good 5-6 game lead, I think, give or take, in the East right now.
How good? I know you're fans of teams that are outside of it, but for most of us here, how great is it to be an Ohio sports fan?
I'm a Browns fan now with my beloved Tommy Reese.
A Cleveland Browns fan.
Yeah.
Yes, thank God for Tommy Reese.
Thank God.
Fixing,
what would we do with that?
I don't know.
Fixing the Browns.
Fixing everything in
Notre Dame
Cleveland.
football, and now it's the Cleveland Browns turn.
It's unbelievable. But I have never been that excited about a midweek Columbus Blue Jackets game. If they... I know it's not expected because you know how back-to-backs work. You're playing on the road against teams that are way up in the standings, good teams that are really looking to get those kinds of wins on home ice. And it's not to say that, you used to say that even more so, but the Jackets are a really competitive team. Obviously, they've been living in the second wild card spot, now the top wild card spot for going on, is it 3 weeks now? I remember when they were in their winning streak, it was taking everything. They had to keep winning and winning and winning just to remain in that second wild card spot. That's always how it happens, right? You claw your way into contention there, and then the teams that you're fighting with, they keep winning too. But they're in that spot. But if they can beat the Canes to do this back-to-back nights, I think they're a 30-17 and something team right now. A lot like or maybe that was Toronto's record, but Carolina, they have been a franchise that's been in contention virtually every year. Our guy, Don Waddell, built them into what they are. So this would be a sweet one. It would be a really sweet one for him, my old stomping ground out there. Gosh. It would be so cool if the CBJ would do this. But to see them get that win, you go from national championship on Monday, you go to beating Purdue on the road in men's basketball, really saving that thing and talking about the men's hoop season and tournament hopes. You now throw together some wins with the high-end wins you have. You've got a shot. You got a chance. Got to do it, of course, starting Monday against Iowa and then 3 games next week. And then you beat the Maple Leafs on the road the way you do it with a Fantilli hat trick. Oh, my God. All I could do was post the LeBron James meme. I can't believe this is my life right now. Just smiling up there, shades on, sun beaming down on a big and beautiful LeBron James. Boy, what it's like to be a fan in Ohio. And, of course, LeBron James was present and accounted for at the football game. I did like our buddy Tyvis. I don't know if you guys have seen this. He likes to do it. He likes to think that LeBron James was wearing that 23 jersey for him, and he threw out the Twitter post, the X post of LeBron wearing a number 23 jersey back in 2015, which Tyvis says was for him, and he uses this to his point of view, to his side, that he remains a Tyvis Powell fan, and the fact that he did not wear the number 23 jersey this time around. He just wore a blank pullover, but he's wearing that new era cap that had everybody talking too, that had all the Buckeye leaves on it, which was cool. So we'll pack a lot in tonight. There's a lot that I want to talk about, that I still want to get off my chest or hit on from Ohio State's national championship run, because that's the thing. We now get the entire off season to sort of dig a little bit deeper and find some of the great stories within this football team and everything that led to this run and how this was able to happen. I mean, there's so many stories. There's individual stories, and those individual stories lead up to the team story because they're all part of it, and they all had to overcome something. They all had to, battle through injuries. They all had to make difficult decisions whether it was just deciding to come to Ohio State in the transfer portal, and then they all had to play great football, and they had to come together as a team and try to block out a lot of the noise and a lot of the finger pointing and the expectations that this team had, which a lot of it was valid. A lot of it was valid, and everything that this team had built and everything that they had stacked up and the shortcomings that they had in the last 3 or 4 years. It's just still maybe the number one thing for me, because we tried to end a couple of broadcasts. I know Beamer and I did it at the end of the postgame show, and we might have done this at the end of the Monday show as well. What are you going to remember? What are you going to remember most about this team? And if you keep asking yourself that question, your answer can keep changing. Like that's the thing when you're a diehard fan of your football team and you've kind of focused in on many, many, many different facets of it throughout the season. How about the fact that this was a razor-thin margin to a team this good and individuals this good? I'm trying to do the count. What is it going to be, like 14 of these guys that go to the NFL draft here? Josh Simmons had already declared, right? You had to overcome that. There's another story. How this offensive line had to retool and rebuild.
I saw something in the last couple of days that I think it was Michigan who set the record for most guys drafted last season.
Total.
Yeah, with 15.
And they're going to be right on that.
Saying they think Ohio State will break it.
Yeah, get ready. Thinking
close to it.
Just off the top of my head, Jack Sawyer, JT Tuimoloau, Travion Henderson, Emeka Ibuka. You would think Quinshon Judkins might be done too. Cody Simon, Tyleek Williams, Ty Hamilton, defensive lineman, Ransom, Will Howard, Denzel Burke, Jordan Hancock, possibly Donovan Jackson, Josh Fryer, G. Scott Jr., guys like that. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if Jordan Hancock would go. He's one you can maybe have a discussion about, unless I'm missing something where he already declared. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of guys. But the fact that they were going to leave with no hardware, nothing. I don't think they would have just made him a ring. Do you? I know from talking to Tyvis, he actually brought in his box, which was cool. That was, I'd never seen one of them before, but maybe you guys have seen him on social media. He, of course, being on the last national championship team in 2014, and he had a CFP. It was a black box, like a jewelry box looking thing, with little gold inserts on the top for the top of the trophy. Very, very cool looking, right? It was sitting there on Ryan Baker's desk next to the printer in our little cube space, and I just turned the corner. He didn't text me or tell me that he was bringing it in. I thought he would do that why is he not doing that for a show and tell on our show? Maybe I'll get him to bring it back tomorrow for Friday's show, and then he can show us. But open that thing up, and he said that his real one, the one that he considers to be the ring, is not the one that was made from the college football playoff. It was the one that Ohio State made them once they won. Now, obviously, there was a reason to make it because they won the national championship, but I thought that was interesting and unique. I don't know if every school does it the same way or if the ring is the ring. I kind of think you would want to make your own ring, right? I would think that for Super Bowl rings, they have a jeweler. I know like the Lombardi Trophy, they've done stories. I think that's a Tiffany's thing. And I would think the teams have their own jewelers that they work with, and then they make the ring exactly how they want to make it, so the Patriots can stuff it back in the Falcons' face the way that they want to with that score, right? What they're trailing by.
The CFP one's probably a little more generic, right?
I would think it's a little more generic.
It was probably just like, we made it. Yeah. Whoever wins this game, here you go. Where the teams can kind of make it, like you said, a little more personalized.
But the stories here are endless, and obviously Ryan Day and his story is a huge one as well. So I continue to feel really good for that guy, and you've heard this now, right? Where we're kind of shifting to a little thing with the fan base. We just can't have it always just be great. I mean, it's great, but there's going to be sub stories. It's good. It's right. We won the national championship. It's good. It's really great. Thank you, Ryan Day. But there's a should we apologize, or should we not apologize little thing going on. Like, I think there's someone that made like a PDF apology letter that you can fill out and sign it. Certain media members are saying that people should do that, and all that is well and good. But I don't know like what else you're supposed to do. This is sort of a funny thing. I think when you show appreciation, like if you're a fan and you go out there in freezing cold temps when the buses arrive just to celebrate with them, sort of another form of an apology, right? Whether you want to call it that or not. This is sports. This is supposed to be fun. You're a fan. You're following this team. I guess there's some hope that when the passion and the either anger or depression that you would feel over a tough loss, eventually, like you can speak to it, Bodie, because you're on the wrong side of it. Eventually, right? Maybe you're the wrong person to ask because you're one of the.
Because I don't lose my mind every time my favorite team loses the game and then just screams about firing the coach. So.
There you go.
Yeah. Do I think a lot of people owe Ryan Day an apology? Yeah.
Yeah, you're there,
they
right?
They probably didn't need to lose their minds in the first place because he's a really good coach and Ohio State wins a lot of games every single year.
There he goes.
So, yeah. I think there are a lot of stupid people, Tim, that should be apologizing. That's my opinion on it.
That's Bodie's take. And why don't I just have you go on 10 TV and do the Dom Taberi take? I guarantee you that Dom did that exact take. Probably, that is what Dom's take has been about Ryan Day. Look, I'll do the apology. I don't know if I'm one that really has to. I don't know if I was ever screaming to fire the guy. I didn't. I never said that. I was critical, and I was one of those guys that was looking to have something get done finally with the 4 straight years. But I don't know what else to do besides say thank you, appreciate the run. I'm happy for you. I hope it cools down a little bit. I understand that you're a human being and some of the stuff can get difficult. It is the job. I think he said it himself where this job is not for everybody, but it's awesome to see because this is a pressure cooker. And to come out the other side like that, I appreciate his retweet where it was the F they gone say now. He didn't say it. He just did a retweet of someone else who said it.
Someone else said it.
I appreciate that you will do that right now because I'm sure that there's been a lot of things going on in your head about all that, and that's nice. It really is nice that it ends that way. He gets that victory, that championship, the hardware that he's been looking for. It's great to see. Well, my man Tyvis did actually send me something yesterday that's nice and juicy about how our team looks in 2025. I'll give that to you next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Congrats, Buckeyes. Cheers for the 2024 national champions. We know there's nothing like celebrating in Columbus. So wherever you choose to celebrate, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
When you share your food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Kroger with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Kroger, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Ohio State championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
As a child, I had the same hopes and dreams as other children. I just didn't have the same resources to achieve them, but I found the help I needed to be my best. I was a CareSource kid. CareSource is so much more than Medicaid. They help families overcome a lot of their day-to-day struggles, and that made a lasting difference in the lives of kids like me.
CareSource, your Medicaid, your choice. Visit caresource.com/Medicaid.
Rothman and Ice.
I told him I wanted to do the whole mascot thing. And he said, well, your name is Matty Ice. Can you skate? And I said, Coach, that's a problem. I can't.
Can you have a land mascot?
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Donato's is dancing into 2025 with a New Year's deal that's too good to miss. All January long, get 25% off everything you order online. That's 25% off Donato's famous thin crust pizzas, oven-baked subs, fresh salads, wings, desserts, all your Donato's favorites. So get 2025 started with 25% off your online order now and throughout January using promo code 2025. Order with the app or at donatos.com.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye meal at BK. For $20, you'll get one juicy flame grilled Whopper sandwich, one original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including all-wheel drive versions of the best-selling Corolla. Now through February 3rd, get low-rate financing on a Corolla or lease a gas-powered 25 Corolla LE for $229 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Giant Eagle is teaming up with Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola to give one lucky Buckeye fan a VIP basketball experience. Go to ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle to enter for a chance to win 4 tickets with parking to the March 4th home finale against Nebraska, a Buckeye prize pack, a $200 Giant Eagle gift card, and a trip to the head coach's radio show. Enter today at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Giant Eagle for a chance to win. Brought to you by Giant Eagle, Cheez-It, Pringles, and Coca-Cola. Go Bucks!
Fan weather
from the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Scattered snow showers and a bit breezy on this Thursday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 20s, tapering to flurries overnight with mostly cloudy skies down to around 10 by Friday morning. We will see a bit of sunshine Friday, but it will be a bit colder with highs only in the low to mid 20s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Buckeye talk that's way fresher than a Fan Cafe chili dog. Doggy. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light.
Timmy Hall with all you fine Buckeye fans tonight. The Boatman back there. Fired up, Bodie, on the other side of the glass. Now, I've been telling you guys about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. It is the new year, and for a lot of us, it's a time to decide to make a positive change in our life. And if you're suffering with that dreaded 2-letter acronym, ED, erectile dysfunction, you're probably tired of the frustration and the embarrassment that it causes. Well, then just stop messing around and go to tristatemenshealth.com. They got a couple of lovely locations right here in Central Ohio. They've got a lot of treatment plans that they can tailor for you that can help fix those issues. They got treatments that'll work when the pills and the herbals fail. They got treatments with success rates over 90%. Some that can have you last an hour or more. Wow. Like I said, 2 locations here in town. The one in Westerville, the one right off of 270 in Hilliard. They are nice. They are clean. They have lots of mints, as I've told you before. You'll have fresh breath. I mean, what could be worse than that? Call them at 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Check up about what those initial visit will look like or what that initial visit will look like. It's just $99. If you get a test dose in the office and it doesn't work, then that visit is free. You could be doing it right after you leave. No, the next day. It says here the next day. But what if it was right after you left? Imagine that. All right, so back to the Buckeyes, back to the topics at hand. I am looking at this account. What's our trust? See, I'm hesitant. I'm never going to give you something that's an actual story if I don't know if it's true or not. But since we're talking about a player that's already in the building, and I think there's a lot of talk and a lot of question, we've even brought it up here. I think talked about this on the show yesterday. It's a lot to just assume that you're going to win another national championship the very next year after really feeling how difficult all this was. You're going to hope for that, sure. I mean, they always, I think no matter what happens to the team, if you win a national championship, are you ever not going to be like in the top 3 odds to win it the next year? Honestly, I don't even remember what Michigan was. Michigan lost a lot.
I was going to say,
were they like top 5?
Thought, but they probably still were, I would guess more top 10.
Yeah.
They were probably closer to 10, 11, 12 range than they were 1.
So Ohio State to be losing all this that we just broke down, and they're still 2? They're still second? Like, that's a lot of praise.
Fire Ryan Day.
Right. Exactly. Right. I'm sorry. Apologies. Right. Someone could get that, even though I never said Fire Ryan Day. Let's go. Like, good for him. That's good. All you people that did say fire him, look at him now. He's looking pretty good. Let's get back next year and try to keep doing some more of this. But since the guy I'm about to tell you about is already with the team, it's not really like anything that you could come out and deny. I will say there's no actual sources listed in this, but the account is called the NFL Rookie Watch. It's got 161,000 followers. Says this is the NFL Rookie Watch, premier source for NFL rookies. Follow for daily news, highlight, insight, and more. So, okay, like you want to be skeptical because we're about to talk about a second-year football player at Ohio State and not any NFL rookies, but I would assume this account is keeping tabs on anyone that they think is going to be a prospect here soon. And it tells you that Julian Sayin, who we know is to be the Buckeye starting quarterback this coming year, unless something really shocking happens, because again, like we've all studied him, we've known that's the plan. We've gotten to see him up close in practice before the season. I'm just watching little clips on social media of Devin Brown, Will Howard, and Julian Sayin throwing the football before the game. And if you haven't seen him yet, like the mechanics are good. Like there's a reason people are hyped up on him. Mechanics, good. Release, quick. Really nice looking ball. And there are those that believe that he's got the potential to be the best quarterback in Buckeye history by several personnel within the building. Now, I don't know. Again, I can't verify that. That's just what one thing says, but it's fun to think about. It's fun to go places like that. Some believing that he'd have a more prolific career than either C.J. Stroud or Justin Fields. So, okay. All right. We're coming up with some big statements here. And I'm not saying I'm going that far just yet, but I would believe that people that are coaching him and are in the building would have some big time thoughts about this guy. I can understand that. Maybe they're not going to go public with it, but stuff works its way out in their own ways. So I appreciate Will Howard, and let's focus and let's understand what a tremendous season this guy just had with 42 touchdowns, 35 passing, 7 rushing, eclipsed 4,000 yards, highest completion percentage all time at Ohio State. And maybe this whole way through, we didn't really understand how good Will Howard was in the moment. Maybe I even focused a little bit too much on the mistakes that he would make, but he only had 10 interceptions on the season. That's actually a really doable thing if you only have 10 picks on the season. But Sayin, of course, we got the first game against Texas, and that's going to be Arch Manning and Julian Sayin, and you're still going to have a whole lot of weapons with Jeremiah Smith, and Brandon Ennis is going to be in the mix there. Hopefully nothing happens with Carnell Tate getting poached or anything like that. It could be fun. All right, so we've never done this on the show before, but you know how in like old time sports radio, you had live events going on and you would kick it out to the stringer because we want to be places and we're the fan and we cover the sports in this town. Well, we got the Ohio State women's basketball team in action right now, and we go live to our stringer tonight, Tyvis Powell. Tyvis, thank you. What's going on out there?
Oh, Timmy is we're not doing well right now. It's 25-12 right now. The Buckeyes have to do a lot better on the glass. We got to box out and get some of these rebounds. Maryland's doing a good job of hitting some outside shots. We're getting good looks in the hole. Cody's doing a great job of finishing, but we got to get other people to step up as well.
All right, you're supposed to sign off at the end, Tyvis.
You said what?
You're supposed to have like a sign-off. You're supposed to say something catchy like, I'm Tyvis Powell from the Schottenstein Center, 97.1 The Fan.
Yes, this has been Tyvis Powell with your women's basketball update live from the Schottenstein Center, 97.1 The Fan. Back to you, Timmy.
All right, that was marginal at best, Tyvis. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. Have a good time.
See you later, too.
That really sucked. I thought he was gonna do a lot.
We got to work on the
better.
tagline.
Yeah,
That's all right,
he
though.
just left it. He just wasn't gonna tag out.
There's nowhere to start but at the bottom.
Right. He just was done talking. We even discussed this in the pre-show meeting. So you have a tag. You say, live from the Schottenstein Center, I'm Tyvis Powell, 97.1 The Fan.
I did like the fan, though. He kind of...
That was good.
The emphasis
that was
on
good.
it. Yeah.
Sal Paolantonio, ESPN. God loves Sal Pal, huh? How do you think the Jackets are going to do tonight, Bodie?
W.
W?
Take it to the bank.
W. Speaking of W.
Why not? Why not us?
Speaking of W, I love that new meme. Is that not the best? You've seen it, right?
I don't think so.
You haven't seen it?
Or maybe I have. I'm not sure what you're talking
He's there
about.
at the inauguration. Oh, you'd know it. So I'm assuming you haven't seen it because this has been seen 6 billion times now on Twitter or Instagram. He's just given he has a sheepish grin and his eyes just kind of go up.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
It's been used in about 1,000 different ways now.
Yeah.
I put one out there for who knew this Buckeye basketball team was going to make a run and win this game tonight. And people have done the little directed by Michael Bay meme to it, putting the Transformers music to it with the Linkin Park.
Yep, Linkin Park. That's
what I've done. It's pretty good. So this is going to be hopefully another fun night. We've got Buckeye women's basketball going on right now. So coverage over on ESPN Columbus, 1460. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up the rest of the week. We'll, of course, be here tomorrow at 6. I'll be filling in on Man and Bone for 2 hours in the 3 o'clock hour and the 4 o'clock hour. Then I get a little bit of a break, and Tyvis is going to do the 5 o'clock hour. Then me and Tyvis will both do the full Buckeye show. So we'll argue about who worked harder tomorrow, and we'll see what comes out on top. I would like to thank Coors Light and CareSource, our fine sponsors. You guys know every show is podcasted. If you missed anything, anywhere you get your audio, Jackets Hockey at the Canes. Next on The Fan.
Replace your furnace with Logan AC and Heat Services. Get a free Trane furnace with the purchase of an air conditioner.